Hey everyone, welcome back for a brand new video about our favorite show where people are jailed and almost die over warring karate dojos, Cobra Kai. Warning, beyond this point there are spoilers for people who are not up to date on the Cobra Kai TV series as well as the Karate Kid film franchise. In this video we're going to give you our binge breakdown on the brand new Season 5 trailer just released by Netflix, and we're going to give you our Rampage recap of the new photos released from the upcoming season as well. We're only about 2 weeks out from release on September 9th and we couldn't be more excited. Finally, we're going to go over a theory we have that will shake up everything in the battle for the Valley, and another theory involving a possible death. But first, let's take a look at these shots.
Binge. Rampage.
The trailer starts out with a shot of Daniel and Chozen looking at Silver giving his post-tournament win speech on a TV. Daniel talks over the next few shots explaining to Chozen how Silver is perceived as good to the Valley when in actuality he is the polar opposite. The first shot with Daniel's overlaying speech is of Silver seeming to be introduced to give one of his own. Amanda LaRusso is in attendance, so we're still wondering what she's doing there, but no other new info here. Following that, we get 2 shots of Silver in the dojo, one where he's watching his students train and another one of him smiling. What's he smiling at? Are they filming another one of his Cobra Kai commercials? After that, we get a shot of Uber driver Johnny in the Eagle Fang mobile picking up 2 girls, but no other info here besides his new line of work. We then get dialogue from Johnny about how he's quit being a sensei after Cobra Kai's big win, as we see a shot of him and Daniel consoling Sam after her loss, and Robbie and Johnny locking eyes at the tournament. After Johnny zooms off, we get a shot where Mr. LaRusso is telling his students he is shutting down Miyagi-Do karate. Thankfully, Sam says what we're all thinking.
This can't be your plan.
Daniel then replies saying that it's on him to fix this since Johnny's gone, but we do think this is when Daniel goes and gets reinforcements in Chozen. After that, we get a funny shot of Johnny losing his cool since someone gave him a 1-star review for his ride, but Johnny is never one to bow out from confrontation.
Cause the car smelled like beer. It's cause there is beer, asshole.
Next we see 2 quick back-to-back shots of the Cobra's training before we cut to a moment of Kenny doing some major damage to another student during sparring. Kenny most certainly does not show mercy, even if it's on someone a part of his team. Directly after that, we get a shot of Kenny with a big smile handing out Cobra cutouts like they are flyers. Cobra Kai is so serious about the recruitment that they even sent one to the Diaz residence for Miguel, as we see here in the next shot of Carmen looking through the mail. Was this purposefully to Miguel, or is everyone in the Valley getting one of these? We wouldn't be surprised if either way was the case. Next we get a shot of Silver talking about how Cobra Kai has never had so many students, and is basically insinuating the takeover is in full effect now. He's in his dojo but has at least 2 students in front of him that are not wearing Cobra gear, so maybe he's trying to poach from other dojos and this is a tryout. We get another quick shot after that of all the Cobras in their new black and red attire facing Silver before we get a shot of him getting out of a limo at an airport. He's here to greet his new sensei as she steps off the plane and has dialogue talking about how he's recruiting senseis and is thinking bigger than the Valley. Where is Terry's new crease from? What's the story with the other new senseis around her? Next up, we get a shot at what appears to be a water park and Kenny is pulling up on Anthony LaRusso. And in the next shot, we see he has backup. Kyler and some other Cobras then throw a bunch of inflatable tubes on Anthony and let Kenny kick him into a pool. Following that shot, we see a face-off between the Cobras and some Eagle Fangs as Kenny pushes Bert. After that, Kenny is choosing violence again and tries to punch Eli and fails, but then cuts to another sequence where Eli is just deflecting Kenny's attacks without trying to hurt him, but then Kenny eventually lands a punch. He's gonna regret starting a battle with the reigning All-Valley champ. After that, we get 2 back-to-back shots of Robbie, Miguel, and Sam noticing all of the mayhem going on around them. Nobody can have a day to just relax at the water park in the Valley. Next, the trailer cuts to Miguel running up and pushing Robbie after what seems to have been Robbie helping Kenny finish a fight. After that, we get a face-to-face with Miguel and Robbie where they both seem ready to rip each other's heads off. After a title card, we see more from the last scene where Johnny is trying to make peace, saying that we're all friends now, which makes us think that they do at least briefly bury the hatchet when Robbie and Johnny go find Miguel. But the boys assure him that that is off now, and that they will never be friends. That seems to ring true in the next shot where Robbie and Miguel are intensely fighting outside of Miguel's house. This looks more personal than the warring dojo fights for sure. After that, we get the last of a sequence of short title cards forming the sentence, "Nothing hits harder than a comeback." Next up, we get a shot of Chozen, Johnny, Amanda, and Daniel looking at a map with all the Cobra Kai dojos on it. There's some dialogue from Daniel saying they're dividing and conquering. Following a quick shot of Chozen from the first scene of the trailer again, we get a shot of Daniel covering the Miyagi-Do karate sign. As we get this shot, there's overlaying dialogue from Chozen basically saying if they don't put a stop to Cobra Kai's takeover, everything they fought for would be for nothing. Next up, we get a shot in the Cobra Kai dojo of Tori, possible double agent Devin in Cobra gear, and their brand new sensei. It appears that Tori and Devin are being egged on to fight their teacher at the same time. Maybe Silver's reinforcements are actually the real deal. Following that, we get a shot of Silver seeming to be talking to Kim at the airport, and he's telling her that he needs her to see which of his students are ready to take the next step. After a quick shot of Kim looking at her new students and Devin, probably during her tryout due to her wearing blue, we get a Tori-Devin fight, which seems to be the same sequence since she is still in blue. Tori inevitably wins and kicks Devin in the face, but new Sensei Kim doesn't seem pleased as she yells at Tori, "I said harder." We think Tori's definitely mulling over her options for other dojos by now. After that, we get a shot of Chozen and Daniel-san in a car looking at something. Not much info here, but we then move on to a shot of Chozen in a Cobra Kai dojo surrounded by senseis. These senseis aren't wearing Cobra Kai gear, but are also maybe doing tryouts there. We're just not sure if Chozen is trying to infiltrate as a possible sensei hire as well, or if he's trying to earn respect from these senseis to put a halt to their applications. As these last two moments run their course, we have been getting dialogue that's coming from our next shot with Mr. and Mrs. LaRusso arguing. Amanda wants Daniel to give up, but he's assuring her that he needs to beat Cobra Kai in order to make it all end. Amanda very sternly tells him to handle it before we get another shot from the surrounded Chozen scene in the Cobra Kai dojo. Now Chozen is fighting one of the senseis, and as you would expect, Chozen prevails. After that, we get two quick shots of Daniel picking up a photo of his family and Johnny laying on the ground, then closing his laptop that had a Cobra Kai promo on it. There isn't any new info here. Next up, we got a shot of Sam opening the door of the LaRusso residence to be greeted by Johnny on the other side. This shot bleeds into another part of this same scene where Amanda and Chozen see Johnny walk in. We think this is where Johnny comes back into the mix as we get brief dialogue from him saying that all we have to do is get our hands dirty. Following that sequence, we get a shot of Silver telling Daniel if he continues down this path, nothing in his life will ever be the same again. Is this a threat? After that, we get a shot from Miyagi-Do Karate where all of our favorite students are together bowing for Daniel, Johnny, and Chozen. We have Hawk, Miguel, Robbie, and Sam, but where is Dimitri? Dimitri has been absent in almost every shot in this trailer, so we think he gets silent this season, but we're not exactly sure why.
Damn it!
After a scene where Johnny, his best friend, and Chozen look at each other at Miyagi-Do, the trailer cuts to Johnny and Chozen walking into what appears to be a Cobra Kai dojo to teach a sensei a lesson. We're not exactly sure who the sensei is, but what we do know is Chozen and Johnny will be a deadly duo. Next up, we get a quick shot at Miyagi-Do, some students training with Chozen, before we cut to Sam and Robbie on their favorite balance board. There's some important looking people watching in the background, clipboards and all, but we're not too sure exactly what's going on here. One thing we do know is they are also in the next shot watching some Cobras train. Are they trying to figure out what dojo should be on the cover of Valley Karate Weekly? The following shot in the trailer is Kim standing in front of a bunch of new Cobra Kai senseis. We don't really know anything about their characters, but we do know the second and third guy in the line are real-life MMA fighters Stephen Thompson and Tyron Woodley. We're excited to see how their skills will translate in the Valley. After a quick shot of Johnny and Chozen squaring up before their fight we previously saw at Cobra Kai with the sensei, we get a shot of Kenny fighting Hawk at what appears to be the Cobra Kai dojo. What is Hawk doing there? After some action shots of Devin and Tori's fight with Kim, we get another Miyagi-Doer fighting a Cobra at Cobra Kai, and it appears to be Sam versus Devin. We're not exactly sure what they're doing there at the moment, but we do know we're excited to find out. After a quick action shot of Tori mid-fight with somebody and Sam versus Devin from the same scene, we get a shot of Kenny about to jump kick a Cobra right next to what appears to be Kyler on the ground. We're not sure if Kenny or his opponent is why Kyler is on the ground, but we do know we aren't losing any sleep about it. After a training shot at Miyagi-Do with Hawk, Miguel, and Robbie, we get a shot from what appears to be a fight scene between Silver and Daniel. We don't know which way this will go, but we do know this one's going to be good. After a title card, we get our last bit of the trailer with a prison official talking to none other than John Kreese. She talks to him about how he's been getting along with his fellow inmates, and as he tells her he makes friends pretty easily, we get a sequence of shots of him beating up a few inmates and showing absolutely no mercy. Will Kreese start a new karate dojo in jail? Will they inevitably leave because he's too hard on them? What are your thoughts? Will there be a major death in Season 5? Will it be Kreese? Could it be Silver? It could be anyone. Now we're going to take a look at the new Season 5 promotional photos recently released, and there's some major news here, people. The first photo we're going to look at is of our newest addition to the show, Alicia Hannah Kim. Alicia will be a sensei named Kim for Cobra Kai, most likely at one of the new locations around the valley. In this shot, it looks like she's about to teach a lesson to two of her students, literally. How did Silver meet his new hire? In the following shot, we see Silver seeming to offer Amanda a drink. We aren't sure exactly where this is, but we're more interested in what is Amanda coming here to do. What do you think? Is Miss LaRusso trying to talk down Terry? The shot after that, we see Robbie and Miguel looking at each other not very endearingly, with a lifeguard in between breaking it up before a fight got out of hand. Will Robbie and Miguel ever completely bury the hatchet? The next shot shows Devin sparring with Tori in a Cobra Kai dojo. What's going on here? Is Devin a double agent trying to infiltrate Cobra Kai, or has she switched to the dark side for good? We aren't really sure at the moment, but let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. The following shot is of a very excited looking Johnny and Robbie in what appears to be a restaurant in Mexico City. We don't see Miguel here, so they're probably still on the hunt for him, but seem to be having fun with the locals. This shot here shows Kenny, Kyler, and some other Cobras lined up in their dojo. In the background, there seems to be a banner over a whole wall with what looks to be an action shot of none other than Sensei Silver. How humble. But back to the Cobras, Kenny looks completely on the dark side now. Is it too late for Kenny? Will Kenny change dojos this season? The next shot shows Amanda and Carmen at what appears to be the LaRusso residence looking at something while Amanda is on the phone. They look kind of worried or caught off guard here. Is another fight going down at Miyagi-Do headquarters? In this shot here, we see our favorite Miyagi-Doers bowing during a lesson. What's very notable here is that Robbie's back with his former buddies. Since we know Robbie went with Johnny to find Miguel, they have already found Miguel at this point, and we do know they get a hold of him eventually this season. Another notable story point is Anthony LaRusso is training with the gang too. How's he holding up? Is he like day one Dimitri? This next shot shows Tori walking into a room that appears to have a similar aesthetic to one of the new Cobra Kai dojos. Tori walks in with her trophy in hand and is looking in Sensei Silver's direction, and she doesn't look happy. Finally, the last shot we're going to talk about is the confirmation of the return of Mike Barnes. Mike Barnes last appeared in 1989 in The Karate Kid Part 3, where he lost in the tournament finals to Daniel LaRusso and has been talked about as a possible returning character for years. But finally, he is back. The shot we have here of him is an action shot, so it looks like he still might be the hothead we knew from back then. There's been a lot of speculation about Mike being Tori's father or being frankly anyone's father, but we're leading on the possibility that maybe not every unconfirmed parent is a legacy character. How will Mike Barnes shake things up? Will Mike sensei his own Cobra Kai franchise? Or will he be Silver's right-hand man and take over in absent Kreese's role? Now we want to talk about our theory for Cobra Kai Season 5. We think the biggest storyline this season, other than finding Miguel or the battle for the valley itself, will be about Tori. We feel that Tori will slowly start getting more and more conflicted with how Cobra Kai is being run, that she will switch sides and will sway the momentum into Miyagi Fang's favor. We can tell Tori finding out the fight was rigged behind Silver paying off a referee bothered her, but as Silver gains more power, we are sure he will do more things that will make Tori question her allegiance. Another reason we believe this is because Robbie is leaving Cobra Kai too. As she sees the people she's gotten close with at Cobra Kai slowly all leaving, we think she'll be able to bury the hatchet with her bestie Sam and join all her old friends. What do you think? Will Tori leave Cobra Kai? Will she join Miyagi-Do or Eagle Fang? Or will she just quit karate altogether? Finally, we're going to go over why we believe there will be a death this season and our theory on who it is. Cobra Kai creator Hayden Schlossberg recently posted this on Twitter. There comes that time in all karate operas where things get so intense you just know one of your favorite characters will die. Makes me remember the simple days of stoner comedies where the worst case scenario was the characters not getting the food they crave. This is a good bit of evidence, but a reply from Schlossberg to a fan on Twitter makes us believe this is the real deal. Sometimes to save a city, a hero must be sacrificed to the karate gods. Due to these tweets, we believe there will be a death in Season 5, and we think it will be John Kreese.
No mercy.
We know Schlossberg says a hero must be sacrificed, but we think when it's all said and done, Johnny Lawrence's favorite sensei will be considered a hero. We believe once Kreese finds a way out of jail that he will have a compelling redemption arc trying to help Miyagi Fang defeat Cobra Kai, patch things up with who we think could be his son, Johnny, and die a hero in everyone's eyes. Could Johnny find out his former villain is his true father and lose him during a heroic act to save everyone, a la Darth Vader? No matter what, the one thing we do know for sure is that if Miguel even gets a paper cut, we riot. Thanks so much for watching our videos, everyone. As always, we're on the lookout for any new promo videos or insider info to help prove or disprove all the rumors out there about our favorite show where a man named after a fish can steal our hearts, Cobra Kai. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Binge Rampage. Click the notifications bell for our channel so you can see our next video as soon as it comes out, and don't forget to subscribe.
I'm sorry, Mr. L, but if we're the sole force standing against evil in the valley, I think evil's gonna win.
That's not true. You just need more practice.